From the mid-12th century, this was an era where guns didn't exist. The most powerful weapon, the bow and arrow. To be a true archer, you needed two things, speed and power. Speed, to fire arrows in a flurry. Power, to rip through anything in the way. Guard Robin was born into nobility, handed life on a silver plate, until one day an uninvited guest dropped by the manor. That's how he met Mary, a horse thief with dirt under her nails. They were young, so of course they fell in love like idiots. Then came a military draft notice, straight into his hands. 4 years. Robin marched with the Crusaders, storming cities, piling up bodies. It was archer versus archer. From the distance, the enemy's heavy turrets kept spewing fire non-stop. Under that rain of death, the soldiers could only scatter, hide, and wait like prey for the reload. Robin tried circling around the side, but got spotted halfway through. The enemy's firepower was brutal enough to keep his head nailed to the ground. All he could do was wait for them to reload again. Then Robin burst out. One arrow, straight to the target. The enemy dropped like dead meat. Once the threat was gone, the soldiers pushed forward, only to march straight into a trap, surrounded, slaughtered. The casualties were a bloodbath. The captain ordered the soldiers to fire the signal flare. Outside the city, the catapults unleashed hell. Inside, the soldiers ran like headless chickens, pure chaos. Robin looked for a chance to retreat and walked straight into an ambush. After a brutal fight, he was overpowered. Just as the enemy was about to finish him off, the captain showed up and chopped the bastard's arm clean off. That's how Robin lived. Back at camp, a prisoner was about to be executed. One of the wounded, John, the guy missing a hand, saw who it was and charged in, because the one kneeling for execution was his son. Seeing the boy was still just a kid, Robin couldn't stomach it. He tried to stop the execution, but he was just a damn soldier. Nothing he said could change a damn thing. All it earned him was trouble for disobeying orders. So the noble-born Robin got shipped back home. John? He stowed away on the same boat, headed for his wrecked manor, which had already been stripped to the bone. His wealth? Confiscated. Marion? Gone without a trace. He found a friend at the church, and from him the news. Robin had been officially declared dead. And Marion? Banished to some mine outside the city. Robin didn't wait. He rushed to the mine, and from afar he saw her, the woman he couldn't get out of his damn head. But in the very next second, his smile shattered. Marion already had a new man. Robin turned around, heart stomped flat. Then John found him on the road. Because Robin had tried to save his son, John offered him a deal. Join forces and take down the scum ruling over them. Robin, broken and bitter, agreed. To overthrow the rot at the top, they'd have to become stronger, much stronger. John began training him in swordsmanship, but Robin, always an archer, barely paid attention. So John told him, "Shoot me." Robin fired the first arrow. John dodged like it was nothing. Second arrow, knocked away with a stick. Third one, John blocked it straight on. Robin froze. Before he could even knock the next arrow, John was already in his face and snapped his bow like a twig. Then John handed him his own bow. Robin fired again, and this time the power was on a whole other level. John fixed Robin's stance. The shots came faster, sharper, deadlier. Robin was thrilled. He followed John's training religiously. Every day now, sword drills, endless physical training, and preparing for one thing, urban guerrilla warfare. He could wield 4 swords at once, cutting down the time it took to switch. Like a phantom in the dark, he gave his enemies no time to breathe. In just a few seconds, every guard hit the ground, bled out under his blades. The gold from 2 lords secured. Next day, the governor came knocking. Under the church's name, he forced the people to donate. Most gave 1 coin. Robin gave an entire bag. Why? He wanted to get close to the top, to find out where the damn war money was really going. Marion came to see him, shocked to see he was alive. But Robin hadn't forgotten her little betrayal. No warmth. They split cold. All the donated money was hauled to the church vault. Then, the doors got kicked in. Robin fired 4 arrows fast, each one killing a candle dead on the table. He bagged the gold and walked out like he owned the place. After that, he roamed the city, dealing justice his own way. Again and again, he robbed from the nobles' hands and gave to the poor. The people started calling him a hero. A name spread, Robin Hood. This time, he was aiming bigger. He wanted the government vault itself. John pretended to be drunk, pulling the guards' eyes away. Robin? He slipped under the wagon, snuck into the treasury, but fate spit in his face. He triggered a trap and got spotted. In an instant, dozens of blades turned his way. He ducked behind a pillar, bow ready. Breathe in, breathe out. Then, strike. He shot out fast, arrows flying like lightning. Clean, brutal, precise. Didn't matter how many came. None of them even had time to swing. Robin tore through them and charged straight for the exit. No one could stop him. But Robin slipped, took an arrow to the leg. He clenched his teeth and kept fighting, limping through blood and steel. But more enemies kept flooding in. No way he'd make it to the main gate. So he hacked the rope, used the counterweight to launch himself up, smashed through a window, and landed outside the building. Under a rain of arrows, he dove onto John's wagon. John lit the oil on the ground, fire bursting up behind them, cutting off the cavalry. Only then did they escape. They didn't steal a single coin, but they stole the people's hearts. The city went wild. His face, his look, on posters, on cloaks, everywhere. Soon, under the governor's lead, Robin was brought before the top dog, the cardinal himself. From their talk, the truth came out. They'd been funding the enemy army. Once the enemy won, they'd overthrow the king and take England for themselves. Soon after, the governor sent troops storming the mines. The people were looted clean. Marion, furious, attacked the captain and got shoved into a crate ready to be hauled off. But Robin and John showed up in time. They crashed the gate, grabbed Marion and rode off in a blaze. Behind them, a wave of horsemen gave chase. Then Marion heard the voice. She realized the outlaw beside her was Robin. The captain gave chase too, riding hard on a wagon of his own. Robin waited for the right second, grabbed a rope, swung back onto the captain's wagon. The two clashed, fists and blades flying. The wagon slammed into a barrier. Both of them went flying, landing hard on the beam of a bridge horse. Then they smashed right into a pillar. The two kept going, chasing, fighting, one breath from death. Robin had to dodge attacks not just from the captain, but from the swarming soldiers coming at him from every side. But in the end, the horse took an arrow. Robin had no choice, gripped his bow, slid down the rope onto John's wagon. But the second they turned the corner, they walked right into an ambush. The wagon was blown sky high. The three of them barely made it out alive, but within moments a swarm of soldiers closed in. John told Robin to take Marion and run. He stayed behind, 1 man against 100. You already know how that ends. Next day, Marion's new man tried to lead the miners in escape, but Robin showed up out of nowhere. He pulled off his mask, called everyone to stay and fight, then exposed the church's entire betrayal, their plan to sell out the kingdom. Marion stepped up too, stood with Robin. The people raised their fists, ready for war. Even Marion's new man agreed to join them. That night, they used every second to prepare. At dawn, it began. A massive cross fell, slamming down in front of the wagons. Right after, a firebomb hurled straight into the soldier ranks. The people charged in, clashing with the soldiers in a full-on brawl. And right then, Robin was hiding beneath the wagon. They lit the support beams under the road. As the wood burned through, the wagon crashed straight down into the pit below. Robin didn't even need to swing. He took out every archer above without a word. Then he fired a flaming arrow, blew open the wagon, and pulled out all the gold inside. Using a minecart, he vanished fast. He spotted Marion in danger. Without thinking, he rushed in, took the hit for her. Marion distracted him just long enough to yank the arrow out clean. Right then, the captain dropped into the pit. No talk, just steel. They clashed, hard, fast. A few rounds in, the captain was on the ground. Robin stood over him and froze. This man had once saved his life. He couldn't strike. But Marion didn't hesitate, rushed up, one brutal roll, and took him out. After loading all the gold onto a boat, Robin returned to the battlefield. What he saw? Massacre. Blood. He couldn't bear it anymore. He stepped forward, revealed who he truly was, hoping to end it all right there. He was dragged to the governor, his life hanging by a thread. Then suddenly, a guard moved. Turns out it was John. He had escaped, disguised himself, and wrapped a rope around the governor's neck. Robin fired. 1 arrow, snapped the rope. The governor went straight to hell. After that, Robin and John met up in the forest with the rest of the crew. Robin and Marion made peace, together again, but not for long. The cardinal showed up, found Marion's ex, and handed him a shiny new job, governor. Now the church had a new dog on a leash. Robin, he'd stolen his gold and his girl. So the first thing the new governor did was order Robin hunted. Far away, Robin was already watching. He loosed an arrow, hit the weapon right out of his hand. That shot said it all. This war wasn't over. It was just beginning. And so the legend of Robin Hood was born. A hero from England's folk tales, known as the Earl of Huntingdon, said to be unmatched in skill, clever, fearless, a man who robbed the rich and gave to the poor, a rogue knight in the green shadows. Some say he lived in Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood's story began in the 12th century, passed down by memory. By the 14th, his legend had made it into written word and never left.